Hi everyone, it's Chris again. Welcome back to the tasting room. Today we're going to be tasting Lot 881. This is a rosé from Central Coast. This is made primarily with Pinot Noir and a bit of Grenache. And I love that blend together. It's a bit of a strange one if you think about it in the old world, but in the new world, you want a lot of complexity, which is going to come from the Pinot Noir, and you want a lot of balance, which is going to come from the Grenache. Grenache you usually find in really hot areas, either as garnacha or Grenache, especially along the Mediterranean. So when you have that in a place like Central Coast, you have something that's going to retain a lot of freshness, a lot of acidity, a lot of crispness to go alongside with all the notes that we expect out of Pinot Noir, which are typically quite complex. So let's put it together and see what we think. Now this is also a wine that comes from, partially from Santa Barbara, and I really like Santa Barbara. It's a transverse valley. When we think about wine regions in California, we usually think of them north to south, particularly Napa or Sonoma, but transverse valleys like Santa Barbara mean that we get that direct impact of the Pacific with those cool winds keeping the grapes from getting too hot, and it makes everything stay in balance. Let's see what we have on the nose. Ooh, that is really pretty. So, to me, the first thing I get is a little bit of watermelon. I get a little backbone of citrus, a little touch of lime, a little lemon here. I'm also getting a nice balance of strawberries. There's great red fruit here, pink grapefruit. There's a lot of complexity, and I really like that. It feels very fresh. All I'm getting in terms of the style of the fruit, I'm not getting anything too tart. I'm not getting anything too overripe. I'm getting something right in the middle, like a nice fresh basket of fruit. So let's taste it and see how that carries on the palate. Oh, it carries really well. It feels really fresh. There's some minerality here too, with some nice light river rocks, that kind of thing, you know, that smell. And it doesn't drive the bus, but it does add a backbone to an already really fresh wine. The wine still feels like a little citrus, a little strawberry, a little raspberry even. There's still some watermelon, some lime, and we're getting a little mix now. It's not just ripe fruit, but also a little tart fruit. So it feels like my mouth is watering as I talk about this. It feels like a wine that's going to pair really well with food. If you want to have this with salmon, if you want to have this with your bouillabaisse, if you're feeling really ambitious for dinner tonight, this is a wine that's going to have universal appeal. It's going to pair really easily. And as a Provençal style wine, which is to say like from the south of France, we're dealing with something dry. We're not gonna have to worry about this being like neon pink and full of sugar so that we can only drink it when we're, you know, partying at a red Solo cups. We've got a great wine here that's gonna match really well with your food and be good to drink on its own. So go and pick up a bottle from the Cameron Hughes website and I'll see you at the next glass.